Our whole life washed down the river.
Receding floodwaters revealing a permanent stain.
Yeah, the water's come right up. The washing machine's floated out.
So everything's been drowned, it's covered in mud and absolutely destroyed. My daughter has nothing. I don't know where to start to rebuild. We just need help.
2 days ago, Darwin's rural area flooded in just a few hours.
Crazy amounts of water. Many days. Fences are down. House is under.
Waiting for help that never arrived, Jake Elsgood and his heavily pregnant wife Jasmine made a tough decision and put their daughter in a life vest.
When we left, we waited water. It was up to here. It's just so strong. My four-wheel drive died in the driveway. We didn't even make it out. We had to swim out. Our neighbour swam across the creek and swam us out.
All his mother-in-law could do was watch on.
It was the most terrifying, just to watch that and be scared that, there's crocodiles in this water. The current was so strong and it was just really scary, and to have no contact whatsoever from emergency services who said they would keep us updated.
Up to 20 homes have been reportedly severely damaged, maybe even lost. Many uninsured. The family of 6 estimate they've lost $150,000 in possessions alone. Residents here have taken aim at the Territory's government, saying they were given no warning about the severity of this flash flooding, leaving them with little time to try and protect their belongings and to evacuate safely.
No, heard nothing. I'm sort of somewhat aware of what could happen.
Authorities insisting they did provide adequate notice.
It's my understanding that there was a flood alert for that area, as well as severe storm warnings alert.
Little comfort for those who have lost so much. Courtney Barrett-Peters, ABC News, Darwin.
Further south, locals still cut off by floodwaters around Katherine are relying on each other for essential supplies and support. Meanwhile, emergency services are preparing for more rain.
A tinny turned taxi and grocery delivery service.
Pretty hectic, eh? A lot of people, we were sort of surprised with how many people actually needed a hand on this side of the creek and not being able to get food and water and supplies.
Local tradies doing more than their bit to help families cut off from the main town. Residents along Florina Road in Catherine's West have been isolated since Friday. A 15-minute drive to the shops, now an hour-long round trip by boat.
You guys going to add chauffeur or taxi driver to your resumes after this?
Might have to paint the tinny yellow.
We've been 6 days now isolated, so we weren't able to get as many supplies as we would have liked to. We couldn't even get a trolley at Woolies, so we just grabbed what we could.
Community spirit is high, but the isolation is starting to grate.
We're just wet and stuck.
Pretty bored. There's not that much to do except go down to the water.
They say more help is desperately needed.
It was just about logistically trying to get that done. They had to abort those food drops that they did do to Rocco and Binjari the other day because of the weather.
Back in town, exhausted SES volunteers trying to keep up after more rain overnight prompted fresh warnings for Beswick and Katherine.
Everything's just flaring up one after the other. It's just trying to catch a breath where we can and getting back out there.
As this disaster drags on, there have been efforts to get people back on their feet. Pop-up schools have been stood up and hundreds have been queuing to access disaster payments. But for those forced to flee their homes, both here and further north, it remains an uncertain time.
We do have a lot of welfare and liaison officers working with those people. The vision of their communities at the moment, it has been quite difficult due to the substantial level of water that is around to be able to get those aerial shots and get the survey rescue teams in to give them that information.
The wet season usually a welcome reprieve from the heat, but this relentless rain is leaving residents weary. Well, at least it's human ones. Olivana Lathouris, ABC News, Katherine.